Ahead of the wedding I paid for, I asked, "Where do I sit?" My mother averted her gaze. "This is her day." My sister snickered. Perhaps just stand quietly." I departed silently. That night, they sought my card for the catering. I wrote back, asked the bride's side. And then, okay, so imagine this. You spend years, your entire adult life, being the quiet backbone for everyone you love. You're the one always there, always fixing, always paying. And then, on a day that's supposed to be about family, the very people you've carried, they tell you to just stand quietly. What do you do when the people you love decide you're not even worth a seat at the table you paid for? My name's Max. I'm 28, the oldest kid, the first one to fly the nest, the first one to actually land a job that paid more than just rent and instant noodles. In my family, that didn't make me the golden child. Oh no, that title belonged squarely to my sister, Ava. She's 25, charming, loud, and, honestly, totally allergic to consequences. If there was a spotlight, it found her face. And if there was a bill, well, it found my wallet. See, I work in a world of numbers. I like lists, I like receipts, I like calendars. I like things that add up. My parents, on the other hand, they like stories. Specifically, stories that make them look incredibly generous. You know the drill. Family takes care of family, my dad would say, usually when he was asking for something. My mom, she'd make it softer, her voice a little wistful. You know how much we've done for you. The math was always vague. The guilt? Oh, the guilt was never vague. It was a concrete, suffocating thing. Don't get me wrong, I never hated my family. I kept showing up. Birthdays, Sunday dinners, those small, urgent crises that started with, "Are you free for a minute?" and ended, 6 hours later, with me lifting a sofa, or wrestling with a router, or just zapping money, until Friday. I always told myself it was temporary. I told myself this is what a good son does. Then the engagement happened. Ava literally waved the ring at brunch like she was flagging down a plane. Her fiancé, Liam, seemed nice. Maybe a little too nice. He called me brother after knowing me for 10 minutes. My mom was already tearing up over Pinterest boards. My dad was giving speeches about the day our princess deserves. The bill wasn't on the table yet, but I could already feel the weight of it settling onto my lap. The first real crack in my carefully constructed piece showed during the venue tour. I was there because they told me to meet them, just for opinions. We walked through this grand hall, all chandeliers and tiny, fancy forks. Ava pointed at flowers, whispering words like timeless and elevated. And the manager? Every time numbers were mentioned, his eyes would flick to me. Old habit, I guess. When people want commitment, they look for the guy who looks like he does spreadsheets. That's me. Weeks blurred. Deposits materialized, then vanished from my accounts. My card went down for countless, temporary holds. I kept the peace. I told myself I was helping her start her life. I told myself I'd be part of some sweet, heartfelt speech. I told myself this would be the time they finally saw me. Then came 2 days before the wedding. We did a final walkthrough. Everyone was buzzing around, lost in their happy little cloud. I stood in the back, hands in my pockets, just watching. When it ended, people drifted into small clusters, laughing. I looked for the seating chart. My name wasn't there. I checked again, slower. Still nothing. I found my mom by the doors, tried to keep my voice light. "Hey," I said. "Where should I sit?" She looked away, like the wall had just told a really bad joke. "This is her day," she said, her voice soft, but with a finality that hit me like a slap. Ava, hearing us, floated over, her makeup trial making her eyes too bright. "Ha ha," she giggled, like it was cute, like I was a child in church. "Maybe just stand quietly." I stood there. No scene. No raised voice. I swallowed the hot, bitter heat crawling up my neck and just nodded once. Got it. I left without another word. No dramatic exit. No grand gesture. I just walked to my car, sat down, and stared at the steering wheel until my hands stopped shaking. The sunset was bleeding red and mean across the sky. The first message buzzed before I even turned the engine on. Then another. Then a call from an unknown number. I didn't pick up that night. They needed my card for the catering. I looked at the text. Asterisk urgent. They're asking for the final payment tonight. It's under your card from the tasting. Can you confirm? Asterisk another ping. Another please. The number of texts climbed fast. 3, 7, 12. I typed one sentence and just sat with it, my thumbs hovering. I could hear Ava's laugh in my head. I could hear my mom's "this is her day." I could feel every single temporary hold I'd covered for months. I typed, "Asked the bride's family." And I didn't send it. Not yet. This role, this quiet solution I played, it didn't happen overnight. It was a slow, simmering boil. When I was 16, my dad forgot to pick me up from a late shift. I walked home 3 miles in the rain, shoes squishing, phone dead. The next morning, he joked, "Good cardio." When Ava forgot her gym bag once, he left work early to deliver it, then posted about father-daughter dedication. At 19, I co-signed my parents' consolidation loan. "The bank hates our generation," they said. I didn't read all the fine print then. Later I did. The interest rate? Oh, it loved me. The collection calls? They loved me too. At 22, Ava's first apartment needed a deposit. "Just until her scholarship funds come through," she promised. I put $900 on my card. The scholarship became a different major, then a semester off, then a dog. The deposit became a distant memory and a photo of that dog in a sweater. By 25, I had a spreadsheet. It was called Family. It had columns: date, request, amount, promised return, actual return, notes. Those notes. They saved me from gaslighting. Asterisk mom. "Will pay you Friday." Paid. $0. Notes. Sent heart emoji. Asterisk asterisk dad. "We'll split it." Notes. Split means 100 to 0. Asterisk asterisk Ava. It's for textbooks. Instagram. Shows Cabo. Asterisk when Ava got engaged, I told myself, this time it'll be different. She'd grown up. Liam seemed decent. Then my mom texted me a photo of the venue. 3 heart eye emojis. "We're booking Saturday. They need a deposit today. $1,500. Can you put it on your card, sweetie? We'll pay you back after we figure out the registry." I said yes. It was a reflex, like checking a box. Then came florals, just to secure the date. $750. DJ, they're running a promo. $300. Photographer, she's in high demand. $1,200. Tailor for Liam's suit. He can't use Afterpay. Long story, $260. Each one was temporary. Each one landed on the same card. I tried to set boundaries in small, polite ways. Me. "Hey, let's put everything through one wedding email and a shared tracker." Mom. "Oh, Max, don't make it complicated. We trust you." Ava. Also LOL. "Can you add custom neon to the tracker?" And a champagne tower. We had a planning group chat. It vibrated like a hive. 188 messages in one day. I read every single one. My name came up mostly attached to verbs. Max will, Max can, Max already did. On the rare occasions I replied with a question, "Who's handling the remaining balance?" The chat went quiet. Then it shape-shifted into a fierce debate about napkin colors and whether to do a petal toss or bubbles. I tried to talk to my dad in person. No phones, no emojis. He poured himself coffee, leaned on the counter like a referee. "I'm not the villain here," he said, before I'd even asked anything. "I just want clarity," I said. "Who's paying what?" He waved a hand. "We're all pitching in. You know how this goes. You're the steady one. Ava's creative. Your mom's coordinating. Liam's trying. Life assigns roles. Roles. It'll come back around," he said. "Don't keep score." But I did keep score. Not to punish anyone. To stay sane. The week before the wedding, we did a tasting. The coordinator slid the bill across the table like it was a test. $13,842. That was the final catering total. My heart did a tired sigh. My card was already on file from the deposit. "We run this the night before," she said. "Balance due then." I looked at my mom. She smiled like a commercial. "We'll handle it." Ava poked me in the arm with her straw. "Don't be such a face," she said. "It's my wedding." "I know," I said. She leaned in. "Also, can you Venmo me $240 for my hair trial? The stylist only takes friends and family." "Why me?" I asked. She rolled her eyes. "Because you're family." I paid it. I added it to the spreadsheet. I told myself I could have a conversation after the honeymoon. When the glow wore off and the bills sat heavy on the table. People are nicer when the glitter is gone. That was my lie. I kept it because it was warm. Rehearsal night fell off from the start. I got there early, the way you do when you absolutely do not want to be the problem. I carried cases of water from the trunk because the venue doesn't do complimentary. I taped place cards because the event assistant hurt her wrist. I listened to 100 plans buzz past me like flies. Then the seating chart moment happened. My name wasn't in the grid. The air in my chest turned thin. Where should I sit? I asked. This is her day, my mom said, eyes sliding away. Haha, maybe just stand quietly. Ava said, bright, careless. Something in me paused. Not rage. Not tears. Just a very clean, very cold pause. I left. I don't think anyone even noticed for a full 10 minutes. The group chat still pinged about sparkler exits and late arrivals. I drove home on muscle memory and sat on the floor of my small apartment, surrounded by boxes I'd never fully unpacked. My laptop glowed with the wedding folder, contracts, receipts, the neat paper trail of a person who once believed in fairness. At 9:07 p.m., the first urgent text landed. Asterisk caterer needs final card authorization tonight. They tried the number on file, and it declined because it's at its limit from pre-authorizations. Can you just approve? We'll settle after. Asterisk 2 minutes later. Max, they say if we don't pay by midnight, the price jumps. Another. We need you to be a team player. I looked at my spreadsheet. Total contributions to date, $7,994. Promised returns, $7,994. Actual returns, $0. I typed, asked the bride's family. I didn't send it. Not yet. My hands hovered over the keyboard. At 9:21 p.m., Ava texted me directly. Asterisk Max, answer. Where are you? We're in crisis. Asterisk, that's when I sent it. Asked the bride's family. 3 gray dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Wow. Another ping from my mom. Asterisk, we can talk about tone later. For now, we need the card. Asterisk, another from my dad. Don't make this about you. I put my phone face down. I made tea, because that's what people in movies do when they're trying not to scream. The kettle clicked off in the quiet. I poured. I sat. I waited for the next part to arrive, like a train I could hear, but not yet see. It came at 10:04 p.m. The group chat exploded. 27 messages in a row. Someone added me to a new thread titled, Emergency Only. The coordinator was in it now, plus the caterer rep, plus Liam, who hadn't texted me once in 6 months. Asterisk caterer, we require payment by 11:59 p.m. per contract attached. Balance $13,842. Asterisk coordinator. As stated, the card on file ends in 4420. Mom, that's Max's. Me. Do not authorize my card. Asterisk Ava. Max, stop. You're being dramatic. Asterisk me. I'm being clear. Asterisk Liam. Hey man. It's for one night. We'll settle up Monday. Asterisk me. My running total is $7,994. Monday has been a lot of dates. Asterisk caterer. Please advise. My phone lit up with calls. Mom, 2. Dad, 1. Ava, 4. Liam, 1. I didn't pick up. Then a text from a number I didn't have. Asterisk, it's Aunt D. Honey, be reasonable. Your mother is in tears. Asterisk, another number. Uncle Jay, this is not the time. Another. Grandma, I thought we raised you better. They had my number when it was convenient. They had their boundaries when it wasn't. At 10:19 p.m., I drove back to the hotel. Not for a scene. For my keys. I'd left my house keys in my jacket at the rehearsal. The lobby smelled like lemon and stress. I took the elevator to the conference level where the bridal suite buzzed. Ava saw me first. Finally, she said, give Mom your card. I didn't step inside. I leaned on the door frame. No, I said. The room stilled. Hairspray paused midair. My mom's mouth pressed into a thin line. Max, she started, in that tone that meant I was about to be cast as selfish in a play she'd rehearsed for years. This is your sister's wedding. I know what it is, I said. I've been paying for it. Watch your tone, my dad said from a corner chair, like a security guard who'd finally found a rule to enforce. Liam tried to be the bridge. We'll make it right, man. I looked at him. You called me brother when you needed chargers, rides, and deposits. You can call the caterer now. Ava's laugh had no joke in it this time. So what? You're punishing me? You think this is revenge? Around us, bridesmaids watched like it was TV. One of them held a lint roller, didn't blink. This isn't about revenge, I said. I kept my voice steady, quiet, deadly boring. This is about closure. Ava blinked. What does that even mean? It means, I said, I'm done paying to be treated like I don't exist. You told me to stand quietly at the back of a wedding I funded. So, I'm stepping all the way back. My mom shook her head. We'll talk after the honeymoon. We always talk after, I said. After becomes never. I'm done with after. My dad stood up. You will not ruin this day. I won't, I said. Your budget might. Ava's voice cracked. You can't do this to me. I already did, I said. Every time I said yes. This is my first no. Silence. Then my mom reached for her phone, her fingers trembling. Fine, she said, that brittle voice. We'll call the Whitmans. The bride's family. She said it like a curse. They promised to cover the rehearsal dinner. They can stretch. I nodded. Asked the bride's family. I stepped back, found my jacket on the chair, slipped my keys into my pocket, and left. Not a slam, not a dramatic turn, just the soft sound of the door pushing gently against a carpet that had seen 1,000 polite exits. In the elevator, my phone trembled like it was alive. 14 new texts. 2 voicemails. One from my grandma. Maxwell, please. One from my dad. We'll discuss consequences. I stared at my reflection in the chrome. My face looked calm. My heart felt like a tired animal, finally lying down. In the car, I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and drove home. The night was cold and honest. I slept 8 hours without a single dream for the first time in months. I woke up to 74 missed calls. The group chat had 112 new messages. The emergency only thread was a battlefield. Asterisk caterer, payment received at 11:53 p.m. Balance cleared. Asterisk coordinator, were confirmed for tomorrow. Reminder, guest arrival for 30 p.m. Asterisk mom, handle Ava. Crisis averted. You're unbelievable. Max Liam. We're good. Appreciate your help. Anyway. I scrolled up. 2 messages from an unknown 617 number. This is Mr. Whitman. Then, we have covered the catering as requested. We are disappointed by the behavior displayed. The bride's family paid. The phrase sat in my chest like a bright coin. Not satisfaction, just truth. At 9:12 a.m., my mom called again. I let it ring out. Then a text. We'll have your suit at will call. Ceremony at 5. Do not be late. My stomach flipped. I'd been erased last night, then penciled back in as staff. At 10:03, my dad. Family photo at 6:15. Don't make your mother beg. I made coffee. I didn't delete any of the messages. I opened my spreadsheet and added a line. Catering covered by bride's family. My card, $0. I felt a small, precise click inside me. Not joy. Alignment. At noon, Ava called. I answered. What do you want me to say? She began, without a hello. We fixed it. So can you stop being dramatic and just show up? No, I said. No to what? She snapped. No, I'm not coming. Silence. 3 seconds. 4. Then a laugh without air. Max, grow up. I am, I said. Right now. You're punishing me on my wedding day. I'm protecting me on your wedding day. She exhaled hard. Mom is crying. She cried when the Whitmans pushed back too. I said. She'll recover. You're going to regret this, she said. I already regret plenty, I said. This won't be on the list. I hung up. I put my phone on the counter and paced the 6 steps of my kitchen. The quiet felt wrong and right at the same time. My hands wanted to do something. Print a timeline, iron a shirt, fix a crisis. There was no crisis assigned to me anymore. The day spread out in front of me like a blank form waiting for my name. At 2:47 p.m., Aunt D texted, I saved you a seat near the back. I stared at the sentence for a long time. A seat near the back. The generosity of crumbs. At 3:10, Liam sent a long paragraph. Something about stress. Something about understanding each other, man to man. Please, he wrote. I typed, I'm out. I showered. I sat on the edge of my bed with a notebook I'd been ignoring. I wrote 2 lists. Keep, my sanity. My paycheck. My weekends. My phone number. Muted. Lose, the group chat. The idea that I owe anyone for existing. After we'll settle. Standing quietly. At 4:30 p.m., I imagined guests arriving. I've done enough events to picture the flow. The coat check line. The photo station. The row of candles no one needs. The string quartet that sounds like a rich hospital. I pictured my mom greeting people like she owns the venue. I pictured my dad shaking hands like he's running for something. At 5:02, my grandma called. I answered. Maxwell, she said, her voice small. Are you here? No, Grandma, I said, softer than I felt. I'm home. She sighed. Your mother is a mess. I know, I said, but I can't fix her. She went quiet. You were always the fixer. I resigned, I said, trying to make it sound like a joke. It came out like a fact. Are you coming to the reception? She asked. No. A pause. Okay, she said finally. I love you. I love you too. At 5:30, photos started to show up from cousins. Group shots. Ava in white. Liam smiling like it was easy. My mom's captions were sunny. No one tagged me. When I didn't give the day money, the day didn't give me a name. At 7-Eleven, I got a photo of the family table. My chair was filled by a man I didn't know. The card in front of him read Maxwell. He looked like he thought he was doing me a favor by existing in my outline. At 8:02, the first problem. Asterisk Dad, they're asking about the open bar. Manager says our tab is pre-limited. Can you come by and extend? Asterisk the assumption jumped off the screen and landed on my chest. Can you come by? Like I was the bartender. Like I was on call. Asterisk me? No. Dad, don't be petty. Me? Boundaries are not petty. Asterisk at 8:19, Ava again. Asterisk the photo booth vendor says the balance is still outstanding. $1,380. This is humiliating. Asterisk me. You have a husband and 2 sets of parents. Ava, you're enjoying this. Me? Not even a little. At 9:03, the Whitmans texted me from that 617 number again. Asterisk we handled the catering as requested. We expect reimbursement from your parents per our agreement. Asterisk the subtext screamed. They had assumed my parents would pay. My parents had assumed I would. I had assumed someone would do the right thing if I did not. That third assumption finally landed. At 10:12, I got a video of the first dance. I watched it once. They looked happy. I didn't feel spite. I felt tired. I closed it and went for a walk in my neighborhood. It smelled like laundry and rain. I turned my phone off at 11 o'clock. When I turned it on the next morning, the messages had shifted. From anger to negotiation to control to quiet. The last one, at 1:43 a.m., was from my mom. Asterisk we'll talk tomorrow. You made everything harder. But we are family. Asterisk tomorrow came. I didn't answer the door when they knocked. 3 times. I didn't answer the phone. 9 calls. I didn't answer the text that said, we need to settle accounts. I sent 1 email instead. With a PDF attachment, my spreadsheet. With a new tab, wedding. It had dates, amounts, payers, the catering line with Whitmans, the photo booth with TBD. At the bottom, I wrote, all future requests must be in writing with who pays, when, and how. My default answer is no. Within an hour, my dad replied. 1 sentence. You think you're better than us? I typed back. I think I'm separate from you. Then I silenced the thread and began to rebuild my weekend. I did laundry. I cleaned the stovetop I'd been ignoring. I made a grocery list. I set my phone to filter unknown numbers to voicemail. It felt like moving furniture in my head. Hard at first. Then, roomy. The fallout lasted weeks. Small fires, petty smoke. My mom alternated between cold and syrup. One day, how could you abandon your sister? The next day, lunch? My treat. I declined both. My dad tried a different tactic. We'll pay you back when tax season hits. I sent him a screenshot of the spreadsheet totals and said, I won't be carrying balances until then. Ava posted a caption under a photo of her bouquet. The people who matter were there. I didn't comment. I didn't send a DM. I muted her stories and ordered myself a decent set of knives with the money I didn't spend on an open bar. It wasn't clean. Boundaries never are. I missed my grandma. I sent her flowers on a Tuesday for no occasion. She called to say thank you. She didn't mention the wedding. I didn't either. We talked about her porch plans like they were breaking news. Work felt brighter. Not because anything changed there, but because I wasn't half present, half waiting for the next crisis. I took a Saturday trip by myself, 2 hours upstate. A small trail, a big sky. I ate a sandwich on a rock and laughed out loud once for no reason. It startled a bird. A month later, the Whitmans emailed a group thread including me, my parents, and Ava. Subject, reimbursement, catering. The body was polite, firm. They attached their receipt. They asked for half from my parents within 14 days, per the original plan. My mom replied with a paragraph about unexpected circumstances, and we thought Max had offered, and family emergencies. I replied with 1 line. I did not offer. For days after that, my dad dropped an envelope through my mail slot. Inside was a check for $1,200 with a sticky note. For some of the stuff, I mailed it back with my own sticky note. Apply this to the Whitman's request. He called, furious. You're ungrateful. I'm organized, I said. He hung up. 2 months out, the noise faded. The group chat died. The emergency only thread never pinged again. Ava texted me on a Wednesday. So, are we not speaking? I answered, we can speak. We can't transact. She replied with an eye roll emoji. Then a photo of her dog in a bow tie. I sent a heart. That's where we left it. I didn't become a different person. I still fix things for me. I still make spreadsheets, just mine. I still show up, but by choice. I wake up and my phone is quiet, and my head is quiet. And the quiet is not a punishment anymore. It's a boundary, breathing. Here's what I know now. I'm not the family ATM, or the extra seat, or the invisible hand under the table passing the bill to the waiter. I'm not standing quietly at the back of my own life so someone else can look centered in theirs. I don't owe anyone proof that I'm kind. I owe myself proof that I can stop when it hurts. So I did. I won't pay to be disrespected again. I won't sit in a chair that has my name on it if the only reason it does is because someone needed a wallet attached to a body. I won't sign my name to a crisis I didn't create. I'm building a new routine that fits in the space I cleared. Coffee runs, calls I initiate, visits I plan, gifts I choose. If they want me at a table, they'll put my name there before the bill arrives. If they don't, I have my own. And at my table, I decide the rules. What about you? Have you ever had to draw a line with family? How did it go? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your stories.